Hello and welcome back to Mads World. I'm your host Mads and thank you for coming back week after week. If you do like the show, please remember to subscribe, rate and review or to share it with a mate. Before we get stuck in, I'm thrilled to let you guys know that this episode is sponsored by Kinky Street. They're new to town, promoting empowerment, body positivity, inclusivity, and those who just want to have fun. Discover your kink with them at kinkystreet.co.uk and use the code MADSWORLD20 for 20% off your order. This week, I am joined by McPhail, TikTok CEO of Beige Flags. As Caitlin describes on her TikTok, which has amassed over 330k likes, there are a lot of dating app red flags doing the rounds, but she's coined the term beige flags, signs that you might be very fucking boring. Up next, we chat about our favourite beige flags on dating apps and in real life, and Kato reviews my Hinge profile, which was bloody terrifying. Hello, Caitlin.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Happy to be here.
I'm so excited to have another Australian on the podcast because I feel like it's becoming more and more English people, and then I speak to an Aussie and I'm just like, yes, we have the same banter. You understand me.
I would say I probably have a bit more of a rogue accent if you've been there for a while.
I know. But do you know what? I feel like I'm always stuck in the middle because everyone in Australia thinks I sound so English and everyone in the UK thinks I sound so Aussie, and I just get bullied like 24/7. So yeah, I can never win, but anyway, we move. So I invited you on the podcast today because you are the CEO of Beige Flags, a fabulous TikTok trend that has taken off. And I wanted to ask you first up, in your own words, what is a beige flag? What is a beige flag and how does it differ from a green or a red flag?
So a beige flag, you can basically sum that up as like, if a red flag is like a sign that someone's probably like a no-go, and a green flag is like, yes, let's go. A beige flag is more just like, there's probably not a lot there. Like,
yeah.
like as I say in all my videos, it's a sign that they're probably really boring or that they don't really know how to tell you what they're like anyway.
And what inspired the TikTok series that is now your bread and butter?
The series kind of just like developed by itself, really. Like I originally posted the first video where I just kind of like listed a few beige flags in response to like, there was a lot of red flag videos going around at the time. And I'd actually been talking to my friends, like I'd already called it beige flags, like talking about it to my friends who are not single. I was like, no, you guys don't understand. And it's grim out here. And so I posted that. And then the first one, this guy, Oscar, just like sent me his profile and was like, can you tell me if I have any?
Oh my God.
Yeah, like it just out of nowhere sent it to me. And then so I was talking about it to my sibling and I was like, what should I do with this? And they were like, you should definitely like rate it somehow. So we went with the 3 flag system because I was like, 3 is probably like, I'm really fussy. So like at like 1 to 2, I'm like, you're gone. But I was like, a normal person is probably more like 3. And then, more and more people just started sending their own in.
Oh my God. So the ones you review are ones that are sent in by people?
Yeah, everyone submits their own.
Oh my God, because I was thinking, this girl is savage. She's just finding people on Hinge and just going for them. But that makes so much sense. Oh my God, do you know what we should do on this podcast? We should review, we should review mine. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
yeah,
let's do it. Oh, I'm really scared. And I actually didn't know we were going to do this. So this is completely like off the cuff, completely natural. But we'll do it after these questions. So before we get into that, I wanted to know, who are the worst offenders of beige flags? So who are the main, what's the archetype of a person that is doing these beige flags? Is it like soft boys? Is it, I don't know, like basic girls? Like who's the main person if you could sum them up?
I think there's like 2 main types that are like the most notorious. The first one is the hot person. So just like,
so true. They don't need a personality.
Yeah, it's probably a bit savage, but like, if you're conventionally hot, that's doing a lot of work for you and you're going to kind of get likes regardless. So I found that in those cases, like, and it's not just like hot girls, hot guys, it's like anyone that just like uses being hot as their personality.
Yeah.
And then the answers are always just like quite generic. If they like, and like they don't really give you much because they're like, but I'm hot. So
hot. It's like that one, there's that a beige flag you did, and it's like when they say height, if that matters, and then it's always like 6'2", and it's like obviously like you know that it matters and you know that you're tall, so like don't act like you know that that's not like a green flag for so many people, but it's also a beige flag because if that's your only thing that you have to say, you're fucking boring.
And Hinge is like, you literally put your height in as like one of your, I call them
Yeah.
stats. Like you literally put those in and that's one of them. And then you double down and you're like, no, I am tall. I promise.
I swear I'm tall. Like I bang my head on stuff. We're having house viewings at the moment, and like people are coming to view a room in our house, and this 6'4" guy came in and he was like measuring himself against the shower to see if he would have to duck. And I was like, that is a
6'4"
weird
like
thing
not
to
that
do.
tall.
Yeah, I was like,
in the scheme of things, like
because we have 2 showers. He's like, oh, which one is the head like taller on? Because like I'm like really tall, so it might just like go onto my chest. And I was like, shut up. Like, what the hell?
No.
So embarrassing. My next question is, what is the worst in real life beige flag that you've experienced?
I don't know. I'll be honest, for someone who talks so much about dating apps, I don't go on like a huge amount of dates.
Really? You're just sitting there slagging off everyone, the man in the arena who's trying to go and just putting himself out there.
I think like I'm on the apps, but I think it's because I've been like subconsciously using this process for so long that it's just like I tend to not really give people a go that have like beige flags just because I'm like I'm busy, you know, like I got stuff to do. I find dating really stressful, like first dates. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, so I'm like sometimes I'm in the mood, sometimes not, but I think like I've never had like too many encounters with people like in a dating sense where I'm like, oh my God, I have to leave. Like
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I have another one. I've actually got so many good stories from these house viewings because we had like 10 people through to view this room. The market in London is so fucked at the moment and basically no one can find a room. So you get hundreds of messages and whatever. So we had this guy on Monday night and we ask everyone, what is your ideal Friday night takeaway? Just because like as a house, it just says a lot about a person. Like
it's a good vibe check.
It's a good vibe check. Like, so I said to him, what's your favorite takeaway? And he had a big thing and he goes, definitely sushi. I was like, on a Friday night? What the fuck?
Like you could choose anything.
Yeah, like you've got everything, like Indian, Chinese, pizza, like burger. Like, yeah, I get it. Sushi on like a Tuesday at work, you just go and get it for lunch because you don't have time because you have a meeting.
Or if you're going out for Japanese.
Yeah, you don't Deliveroo a sushi to the couch. Ew. And in London, the sushi, I can't even deal. The sushi in London is so bad. It's like, because you know how in Australia they have like, it's like a mini wrap, like a roll.
Yeah.
But here they always chop it into like 10 tiny rolls. Like I don't want to eat a tiny roll one at a time. I want to hold it and grip it like
the hand roll thing. Yeah. I want a girthy sushi.
I want a girthy sushi. I want it to be like a burrito. And then they opened this chain in Brighton called Sushi Burrito or Sushi Dog. They have one in London. And they just make normal sushi rolls, but they call it a burrito. I'm like, that's just a sushi roll.
I would say you could only call it a burrito if it is literally like, like
packed.
You can't see my hands, but like big.
Yeah. Oh my God, honestly. So yeah, that was it was a beige flag. I was like, but also a red flag. I was like, you're weird. Can't be dealing with you.
Did not pass the vibe check.
Did not pass the vibe check. Well, I've picked some of my favorite beige flags that I wanted to talk about with you, but I'm going to get my phone and we're going to go through my Hinge and I'm really scared because I actually can't remember what it says right now. But I just have to grab my phone. Give me a sec.
Yes.
Okay. I'm really scared. Having a dating podcast, I'm hoping that my Hinge is good. Right. So I've sent you screenshots of all of my Hinge profile, and because everyone listening can't actually see my photos or anything, maybe just describe what they look like and then give your review. This is so scary.
I'm just
Have you ever done this to someone's face before?
No.
You don't, honestly, don't hold back. I don't get offended.
Yeah. Apparently I keep a pretty good line between like roasting and not being a huge bitch about it. So
yeah.
I was like, I don't want to like hurt someone's feelings.
I know. Well, that's what was imagining if like you were just choosing random people, and I was like, oh my God, I would be so sad. Imagine that comes up on your For You page and it's just like your binge.
Yeah, I've gotten a few messages from people that are like, you are so awful. Like, what a horrible human. Like, these people are putting themselves out there and it's already hard enough. And I was like, babe, I know. I think you might have the wrong idea.
They wanted it.
They're like begging me to. Do you want me to hold it up as I do it, or
yeah, hold it up as you do it, so that if we use the videos on TikTok, then I can do that.
Okay, we can scroll through.
Oh my
All right.
God.
So, do you want me to do my whole spiel, or do we
do the spiel? Do the whole thing. I want it to feel like I'm there. I'll close my eyes.
All right. So we're here on the Mads World podcast once again looking for beige flags on Hinge profiles or signs that they're really boring. Today we're looking for signs that Maddie might be really boring.
I can't believe you're here.
And we know the drill by now. There are 3 flags. You get 3 opportunities. Once you hit 3 strikes, you are out of here. Maddie's really stressed. So I'm going to hold them up one by one, and we're just going to go through what we've got here. So first pick, go off. Individual shot. We love to see it. Titty pick, extra points.
Nice.
I think that's good. I mean, no notes there. So we have green flags I look for, being a former emo. Yeah.
Everyone who's good is a former emo.
That's like a really specific energy, being a former emo, I think. I was like a entry-level emo.
Really? I was kind of an entry-level emo. I wasn't like full emo, but I used to listen to like Bring Me the Horizon if like a guy I liked. Like,
yeah.
To them.
We all did.
Yeah, let's not lie.
Okay, so we've got the stats. I never go through those.
Yeah, don't worry about the stats. They're just basic.
We do have another individual shot.
Is that
very nice? It is, but we do have to be on the lookout now, because if there's too many like this, then you get the I didn't learn anything about you flag from your photos.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
So here we have a better one of the photo. Very nice.
Yep. Okay.
Another titty pic. Go off.
I know. But you're not looking at the caption at the top of the pics, like the prompt at the top of the pics.
My vulnerable side.
But they're all the same.
Oh, do they all say that? Oh.
Yeah. Funny.
Very good. That's a really like 2 or 3 viewing joke, I feel.
It's a niche joke.
It's definitely something I would have missed when I reviewed it. And then in the comments, everyone would be like, did you see? People in the comments are more savage than I am.
It's like that on TikTok. It's actually like brutal out there.
So we have another one, another vulnerable side, which is Maddie at a festival.
Yeah.
What have we got? I know the best spot in town for dogging. What is that?
Dogging is where people go to like the bush and fuck each other. It's a joke. I don't know the best place for that.
It really puts like a new spin on dogging the boys, you know?
Yeah. It's like if you met someone on like not even Grindr or maybe Grindr and like you went and just fucked at a truck stop or like something like that.
Did you pick that up in Australia or over there?
I think it's just like a general term, but if you haven't ever done dogging, not that I've done it, but I just feel like
but I know a good spot.
Yeah, like just know all the best spots for it.
And I think if they know what that is, they're on the level.
Yeah, you ice out the people that you don't want on there. And some guys come on there and they're like, what kind of dogs? And I'm just like, shut up. You don't get it. But now you get it, Caitlin, so you can put it on your Hinge if you want.
Exactly. I'm going to start using that term. I started using the term like raw dogging for things, and
nice.
Every time I use it, people get really grossed out. And I'm like, guys, this is fine.
It's funny. It's like when people tell you that they're trying for a baby and you're like, so you just raw dogging your own wife every night?
Yeah,
cool,
literally.
Thanks for telling me that.
It's a family dinner.
Grandma's here.
Yeah. Grandma's like, that's lovely. Okay. Another vulnerable side, lemons. Yeah. Maddie with a very large lemon. That is a really big lemon.
It's huge, right?
You'll notice again, titty pic.
Yeah, a lot of titty pics, but I've got great tits, so it's like may as well.
It's called marketing, you know?
Exactly. It's called marketing.
It's called marketing.
I know my assets, okay?
Exactly. And then the prompt on that one is my simple pleasures, silly little indie gigs, which is great because it not only shows an interest, but it shows a date idea because sometimes you do have to spoon feed those a bit, you know?
Oh, I didn't even think of that. But yeah, that is great.
Yeah, it's
So
all
no
tactics.
no beige flags yet. Oh god.
All right, another vulnerable side. It's another titty pic with a leather jacket.
Yeah.
Which we love. Your hair looks good here.
Thank you so much.
Doesn't say a whole lot, but the last one, which is Maddie with a dog. But you're in it and it's a good photo of you. You're allowed one with a dog if you're also in it. Okay, that's allowed. Cool. If it was just the dog, no.
Do people do that? What, just a dog on its own?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just like, look at my cute dog.
It's always the prompt that's like, do you like dogs because, and then it's like a photo of their dog. And I'm like, that's great. But like, you just wasted 1/6 of your photos on your dog.
Honestly, what did you call it on a video? You said you just wasted valuable real estate complaining about something or like having a crap photo. Yeah.
Valuable real estate because you only get 6 photos, 3 prompts.
There you go.
And then we've got your Instagram at the bottom.
Instagram's connected. So overall, what would you say?
I would say the prompts are very good.
Yes.
I would give 1 beige flag because we got through to the end and the photos were all like just of you, like very kind of similar vibe.
Okay, no, that's fair. I think that's really good feedback and I'm going to should I move the dog one up or should I like put a pic with a friend in?
Yeah, I usually say have like a mix of like you are at a festival in one of them, but like have a mix of just like as much different kind of aspects of your life as you can. And like a couple with friends is usually really fine, but you definitely have to have like a few individual shots, a couple with friends. Like if you have a dog or whatever, then yes, that's fine.
Well, there you have it, folks. From the CEO of Beige Flags, I only had 1 beige flag, so I would say that's actually probably a win considering
not even close to a strikeout. Yeah.
Love that. Well, thanks so much for doing that. I feel very, very good about it. I've got some of the best beige flags from your videos now, which I'm hoping we can chat through. And my these are my favorite ones that I've picked out that I can definitely relate to. So first up is food opinions on stuff like coriander, pineapple on pizza, chocolate or ketchup in the fridge. No one gives a fuck. And, you know, each to their own. It's just not that deep, really.
Yeah, I had that as well because that one is like the easiest one to explain when you're like explaining what a beige flag is because it's like literally it doesn't fucking matter. Like who cares?
Yeah. And it's not even like if it was in the fridge, I'm not going to not go out with you. But some people just get on there. They just think it's funny to like go down this spiral about it. I'm like, maybe it was fun. It's like how people thought we're obsessed with bacon in 2010. Or like people were obsessed with avocados, like with a face on it in their former emo stage. Like you don't need it to care.
It's kind of become its own, like it's like a joke, but everyone's doing it. It's just like so generic and you just throw it in there when you can't think of anything else to put. And I'm like, is this really the best you have? Like pineapple does not belong on pizza. I'm like, I'm not debating that with you. Like I don't give a shit.
Let's talk about something interesting, to be honest.
Let's talk about literally anything else.
Like the next one, which is mainstream sitcoms like Friends or like The Office. And they're like, the key to my heart is The Office or I'm looking for the Pam to my gym.
Yeah.
Everyone likes The Office. It's the most popular like sitcom comedy of all time. Like everyone
same with
likes
Friends,
like everyone likes Friends because it's funny and that's the whole point. Like
it's supposed to be like mass consumption shows.
And like no one, I mean some people don't like Friends, but they're usually Gen Z because it's like a bit homophobic and like probably racist and they're just way more woke than us. But like, oh my God, shut up.
It's moved on to, I've noticed lately there's a lot more like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So you get a lot of like looking for those like Peralta Santiago vibes. You're like, fucking, I don't care.
And so many of those types of guys just think that they're as funny as Andy Samberg, but like they're just not, and they're just cringe.
Yeah,
No.
and like you're really putting yourself like in that role, and no, don't.
The next one that I had was needing someone who can handle my banter, because then they always just go and say something racist, and you're like, that's not funny.
A lot of people have like said in the comments of my videos that's like a red flag more than anything, because they're like, it's just an excuse to be a shitty person.
Honestly, it's like how James Acaster, this comedian, says, like, he says like how Ricky Gervais just always like slags off trans people, and then he's like, don't like my humor? Is it too challenging for you? And he goes, because you know who's had it easy up until now? The trans community.
I fucking love James Acaster.
I fucking love him so much. But, like, I do like Ricky Gervais in like Afterlife and stuff, but his like stage humor, I'm like, shut up! You're just slagging off everyone and going, I got no boundaries.
You just don't get it, like
yeah.
Or it's just like fundamentally wrong to say that, like
yeah, and it's like it's only funny because no one else is saying it, but it's like it's not even funny. It's just you being a cunt.
Yeah, and it's like when people are like, oh my god, I just love Louis C.K. And I'm like, nah,
bro.
That's another red flag. Yeah.
That's a red, not a beige. The next one I had was overly competitive about everything. Because what does that even mean? And also, I hate overly competitive people. I'm just like, I don't care if we win Monopoly. I don't care about that. Like, it's the same thing as like coriander and stuff. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? You probably aren't. You're probably just competitive about the really annoying things that you think like some girl is going to be better than you at. You're probably just scared to lose at pool. Like
literally. Or like, something like, I think the other day one of my housemates was like, oh, so-and-so was 21 when they wrote that book. And I was like, I thought they were 24. And he'll be like, no, look, I'm going to Google it. Look, it's on Google. See, he was born here and this when he wrote the book. And I'm like, I already tuned out. I don't care. Like, I said that I thought he was 24. Like, it's not that deep.
And don't you think when you see people answer when they're like, I'm overly competitive about everything, I just, in my, like my mental image of that is they'll just constantly be trying to, like, race you, like a running race.
Yeah, like, no, first one in the coffee shop, please.
Yeah. And then I just get the ick a little bit, so.
Yeah, and that's a whole other thing. I mean, I feel like a beige flag for me is an ick. Like, it's an instant turn off.
Yeah.
The next one, this is in the same vein as that with the Hinge prompts. The best way to ask me out is by asking me out. And then sometimes you message the person and you'll say, will you go out with me? And they don't reply. And you're like, well, that clearly was not the best way to ask you out because you didn't even answer.
You've given me the literal, like, best way and you're still not biting. Like, why are you here?
Yeah, like you said the best way. So, and why have you matched me if you don't want to go out? And I've done the best. Anyway, pathetic. Did you have any that you wanted to read out that were your faves that I've missed?
Yes. I have fluent in sarcasm.
Ew.
Is like when you're like, my love language is sarcasm, or like one thing you should know about me is I'm fluent in sarcasm. It's also similar to having like a good roast to flirt ratio. And when I'm like, what do you mean fluent in sarcasm? Like, it's not on fucking Duolingo. Like, it's honestly, it's not a language. It's an intonation.
And also, it's like they'll just say something like, you'll be like, oh, do you mind if I use your bathroom? And they go, nah.
Yeah.
Of course you can use my bathroom, silly. And you're like, wow, you got me. I thought I wasn't allowed to use it. That's so crazy.
You're so funny.
That's funny, bro. You are fluent in sarcasm. I did not get that. I'm clearly not fluent, so
I don't speak it.
Did you have any others?
Hot Girl Beige went down really well, which is what I called like what we talked about before, like when hot people they use their Hinge as their Instagram basically and just put really hot photos in and that's it.
That's what
with like
I did.
With like a Drake lyric, like
a relevant Drake lyric as well.
Yeah.
Like it just will be something that is not. It's like not to do with dating at all. That's something else that I hate when people write things that isn't to do with dating. Like I did this episode with my best friend a few months ago and someone just wrote on his Hinge profile, I have a designer bag. Like, I don't care. Like, wow, good for you. Like, anyway, I have another good one that you
Mhm.
said. So the key to my heart is food. We all eat food. That is the point.
The key to winning me over is literal sustenance I need to survive.
Like, the key to my heart is air, water, and food
Yeah.
and shelter and clothing.
And you're like, yes, we have actually covered off the bottom layer of Maslow's hierarchy of needs now. Congratulations. What else have you got?
And it's like not even good food. It's just like any food. Like, just give me it. I don't even care what it is. I want it.
Yeah.
Even if it's yucky. Just food.
Yeah. And it's not even like, even good food, I'm like, that's still beige. But like just being like food, I'm like, what are we doing?
Plain rice, plain bread. What?
Is the key to your heart a bowl of gruel? Like,
That's so
it's pretty easy.
Yeah. That's great. I also had geeking out on Harry Potter because for me that is an ick. Like everyone likes Harry Potter. That's the point. It's like the Friends and the Office thing. Everyone likes it.
Especially, yeah, in that like millennial pocket, I think, of like, yeah, and like being the ages that we are, it's like you're kind of in the tail end of that and you're stuck there and you're like, oh God, I'm just in this thing full of like really generic millennials.
People have that tattoo of the triangle and the circle and the wand.
The Deathly Hallows.
Oh my God. See, that's how you know someone's a former emo as well, because they have that. I feel like they both link up. It's the same sort of people. But I mean, I don't have it. So there was a girl in my uni course who had always in the Harry Potter lightning bolt font on her wrist. No. And I was like, girl, no.
And you're like, wow, that's like, not to sound like a boomer, but you know that's permanent, right?
Tattoos are for life, girl. And Snape is not real. I know it moved you, but he's not real.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean, you do you, but yeah, I think keep Harry Potter out of it. I like when people put dad jokes in.
Well, and like, as in like, in what way?
They're like my best dad joke. And then they just put in a dad joke. I don't even have an example. They're all terrible. But like, you're just like, cool. Like, I didn't laugh. And that told me nothing about you. And you've used one out of your 3 prompts.
Yeah, valuable real estate. And like dad jokes, the point of them is they aren't funny. It's like they just make you cringe. But they make you cringe even when it's someone that you love deeply and it's quite endearing. But I don't even know you. That just shows me that you're so boring that you use a joke you've heard 100 times.
Yeah, I'm like, is this how you like pick up people in real life? Like, my God.
Yeah, it's not sexual. It's not turning me on.
No,
at all.
It's giving me the ick again.
Hugely.
And the other one that I had was photo based, and it's like, I call it the serial killer selfie.
Oh God.
Which is
I know
when you see those profiles, they're like, it's not necessarily like a red flag because it's often just like an unassuming person. And all their photos, their phone is like here.
Yeah, in front of their face.
There's like 2 different t-shirts in the whole thing. And like and the eyes are just like dead. Like there's
there's nothing behind them. Or those guys that have like guys using like a Snapchat filter where they look like a baby or like a young anime girl. And I'm like, I just threw up in my mouth. We're getting into the ick a bit here, but I'm like, not only are you boring, but you're scary.
Yeah, and I think like men are more likely to do like the serial killer selfie, and girls just do like the same pose for every single one.
Like
you know
a hot, boring pose.
Yeah.
It's not like they're staring in your soul and they're going to kill you like those pit bulls that could just like attack a baby in 1 second. They're ready to go.
Yeah, they're on the edge.
Yeah, like they're literally raring to go. Just one thing. Like those incel guys that would just punch a hole in the wall if you said anything.
Yeah, that's when they have like the lights are on but no one's home behind the eyes. I'm like, I can't be alone with you.
Yeah, this isn't even a beige flag. It's just a warning to everyone out there. Do not match them.
Yeah, but also I'm like, do you really never go out and do anything that you don't have like any photos?
Yeah, I find this is with gym photos too, like people who take a photo of them in the gym. I just think like they are brave because I've never been in the gym and gone, do you know what? I'm looking so good. I'm so impressed with my work today that I'm going to take a picture of my sweaty body and just people are around watching. Like if
I look like a sweaty gremlin at the gym. Are you kidding me?
Literally. One time this girl came up to me at the gym and I knew her from work and I had makeup on, but just because I was at work right before I went to the gym, I just went straight there. She came up, she was like, "Oh my God, why are you wearing makeup in the gym? Who are you trying to impress?" And I was like, why have you done this? Why have you came
Mind your business.
Also, like, I'm fighting for my life on this treadmill right now. Like, why are you coming for me with this information? I didn't even think I had makeup on. Now I'm like, is everyone judging me? Does everyone hate me? Am I even allowed to be here? Like,
you're like, why can't you see? I didn't come here to look hot. Look at me.
Like, I look very bad. So thank you. Anyway, we're moving away from the beige flags. I've just got a couple more. Plant parent. The term plant parent. And what did you say about monsteras? Something about how they're so easy to look after. You've got one in your video behind you.
That is my housemate of the month every month. Is this monstera?
They never die. And then it'll be a photo of that going, "I'm a plant parent." Like, they're literally like a cat. They don't even need looking after. They just sit there and do whatever
congratulations, you kept your succulent alive. Like, you have to water it like every 6 months.
Honestly, and like even then it would still be fine. Like, just chills. Yeah. It's ornamental.
Everyone has plants these days of some kind.
COVID, baby.
Yeah, we all got plants. Accept it. And like, plant parent is just super weird.
Yeah.
It gives the energy of like really ready to be a parent.
Ew.
Only has a plant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fully. It's like, I know how to look after stuff. Do you?
It's not a sentient being. You can't parent it.
Are you speaking to it? Like, oh my God. Ew. Oh, my last one. This is my favorite one. Is someone to go on adventures with. Where are you going? Where are you going?
I think in the video that I did where I mentioned that one, I was like, okay, Dora the Explorer.
Like, what adventure?
Get your backpack, let's go.
Like, where are we going? Like, we're going to drive to McDonald's at midnight? Oh my God. Like,
in Perth, it's literally like, we're going to the hills on a hike.
Adventures.
Okay.
I'm going to get puffed out. Like, I'm going to be walking up the hill just being like, just go without me. Like, this adventure is too much. Let's just go to McDonald's at midnight next time, please. Like, I'm not here for this. Where are you going?
And we don't have to call them adventures. It's okay. You can just be like someone to do random things with. That's still better.
It's a very millennial thing to say, I think. I feel like, you know that gif of like Frodo or Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm going on an adventure. It's like that. It's like giving Harry Potter like fan vibes.
Why do we as a generation have to make a thing out of everything? Why does it have to be like a thing? Can't I just go to the hills for a hike? Can't we just go on a hike?
Yeah, it has to be a thing. Like the mustache phase everyone went through. Like everyone just had tops with mustaches on them and like fake mustaches and like fucking mustache necklace. Like, why do we have to make mustaches? I think, can't it just be like a fleeting trend?
I know. No. And have you ever been asked on like a hike on a first date?
I would rather die.
Yeah, I've been asked before and I've never gone because I'm like, why would I go with a stranger to the bush in a secluded place for several hours with patchy phone service? Why would I do that? And people are like, oh my God, hike first date is so cute. And I'm like, I would rather not be murdered. Thank you.
Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I was just thinking of the exercise thing. Like, I don't like, people say like, oh, I love to go on a gym first date. I'm like, are you fucked? Yeah, it's a thing. I don't know. My housemate, he loves the gym and he's always like, I'd love a girl to come to the gym with me on the first date and we can like, you know, like, I don't know if you watched Love Island in the UK. There was this one girl in the Ekin-Su who won it, but she was like in the gym with all the new boys coming in, like seeing how much they could both lift and stuff. And I'm like, that's impressive, but also fuck no, not for me.
Yeah,
man.
That would definitely be the people who are like, I'm overly competitive at everything. And they'd be like, look how much I can bench. Like,
yes. And there was one point where she got on a guy's shoulders and he was doing like fucking deadlifts or something and she was sitting on his shoulders and it was just like this huge meme and I was like, Han, that's a lot.
I mean, good on her.
She won the show. She's got $1 million deal with a fast fashion brand. Like, good for you.
Go off.
Go off, Han.
Live your best life.
I'm really glad we did this because I just love your videos. I was saying earlier to you and for everyone listening that I went through your TikTok last night and I watched far too much content. I went into a TikTok hole and then you jumped on the camera this morning and I was like, oh, it's you, the person who was in bed with me last night for 2 hours.
I literally, so many people have been like, oh, I just binged like all of your reviews. And I'm like, you just listened to this for like 2 to 3 hours.
Lucky
like,
them.
Are you okay?
Good for
And then they're like, do mine. And I'm like, oh my God, you're going to keep listening to it. What are you doing?
So good. Oh, well, if everyone listening does want to go and check out Caitlin's videos, what's your TikTok handle?
It's Cato. So ITSCAITO.
Gorgeous. I'll link it in the episode description as well. But thank you so much for joining. This was really fun.
Oh my God. Yes, I had so much fun.
I hope you enjoyed my chat with the lovely Cato. Please let me know on my Instagram. It's at madsworld.mp3. My TikTok, which is Madsworld Podcast, or my Twitter, which is madsworldmp3. If you have any stories or thoughts of your own to share, love and elbow taps. Peace.